Okay, good evening everyone. Tonight will be back-to-back Heroes Lounge Division 2, starting off with Oasis Gaming versus Pacas on Drugs, and then later the 6-month comeback versus Team Cat Sapphire. Looking quickly at the map pick and bans if my little overlay here wants to behave itself. I'll take it from here in any case. We are going to start off on a Dragonshire. Maps being banned are Sky Temple and House of Doom by Oasis, and Garden Terror and Infernal Shrines by the Pacas on Drugs. And we are already in draft, so let's get straight into that. Both of these teams are currently on 4 wins apiece from 7 games, so within striking distance of the playoffs. At the moment it looks like 7 wins is guaranteed. Don't quote me on this, but 7 wins looks to be safe for making top 8, and 6 wins might get you there if you're lucky. So very, very crucial match for both of the teams here. Now, I don't know a lot about Oasis Gaming, but Pacas on Drugs, pretty similar to the Apocalypse team that plays in the next time, I think, yeah, the starting members today are all the same. So I have a rough idea of what to expect for them. We do see Garish banned, Garish Whitemane, one of their very enjoyed combinations. Now, what is going to happen with Apakaman's hero pool, because that guy was spamming Zagara yesterday in Nexus Rumble. And it would make sense as something to ban away, but Oasis Gaming deciding that the Haka is way more important. Can't really blame him, to be honest. That hero is also very disgusting. Even if you push him in, you can still bow a bot lane and get some kills. Hogger also being banned by the Alpacas. Second ban coming in just a moment. Now, Mephisto is for ban. How much Mephisto do these guys play? The answer's not very much, because it's always banned against them. Right, well, that is pretty clear. Well, Pacas clearly doing the research then, getting rid of that one. Viper's going to be the first pick for Oasis Gaming. Normally, this is a team that enjoys Johanna, they enjoy Rhaegar, they enjoy Brightwing. Looks like it's all reasonably standard. There's a few Kale fast games I can see here, which I guess is the most fun, and then of course the Mephisto, but that one's going to be banned all the games, right? From the Alpacas, it's going to be early lockdown on the frontliners, Johanna and Blaze being taken. Most likely going to see fairly simple front to back team composition from them. Blaze does quite well to a lot of offlanes, but not all of them. Eliorg is up as an option if they so desire. There it is from Witcher. Alex going to take Hanzo as well, so the 1v1 here for Migo could be a little bit difficult. I do like that lock in there from Witcher before bans came around and could get rid of one of Blaze's more famous bad mashups. Are we going to see some sort of roaming hero to assist? Yesterday Tigger was playing Vala and going to the top lane on this map, so we're certainly willing to assist the offlaner. Chromie going to be the other ban. Actually, just remembering back to yesterday, but the Haka ban makes a lot of sense because Migo was flying on that one. Many important tongue grabs landing. Nice burrows to start up fights as well. Solo winning them one of the games, I'd say. And this looks like the Pacas and jokes I was expecting. Anduin as well as Alpaca Manza Zagara. And that seems to have scared the living daylights out of Oasis Gaming. I don't know, is it 1-0 at this point? They see the Zagara and decide they've had enough. Forgot to ban that one, perhaps. As our guy has rejoined the lobby, so hopefully we will be getting back into the draft. As it looks like the teams are ready to go once again. Let's see if we can make it through the draft phase this time. And yeah, well, Alpaca Mansagar, I mentioned it before we started the draft, definitely one of the guys' preferred picks. Picking it into just about anything and everything. Reminding me a bit of Blackheart's Booty Call, I believe was Oasis, that plays the fun heroes for them. Also Zagara as it happens. Now how do you deal with Zagara? You control the creep. You can try and dive on top of her. Not very much mobility, obviously, just have the creep movement speeds. You can take her out of phone to back team fighting, make her in small skirmishes. The hero doesn't do particularly good for a similar reason as what is going on. I saw 2 bright rings. If you are left to 1v1ing a Thrall or a Genji or something like that, then it's probably not going to go so well for Ziggy Zag, but this is where the early picks come in from the draft. It was Johanna and Blaze. They knew from the start they're wanting to do front-to-back team fighting. Zagara plays into that one, so quite nicely protected at the moment. Even if the Entomb comes in, Migo has the bunker available to try and get the Broom Mother out and fully safe. And then there's also the Anduin on top of it, of course, with the Leap of Faith. So I had quite a bit of time to think about this now. Oasis Gaming, what is the way you want to deal with this? Are you going to just try and play through top line? Or is it going to be a dive here? So we already see Diablo ban. A little bit interesting when you're playing Zagara, but don't even the Apocalypse is too much of an engage risk, perhaps. It's going to be Murden as well as Zeratul. Zeratul is a nice answer here. Not going to struggle as much against the heavy front line as far as reaching this Zagara, and can also help cover the top side because, like I said, the Yogg Blaze matchup should go pretty good for Oasis. Tigo like going to pick something like Falstad or Tracer that can roam up there. Zeratul able to match that fairly well. Last pick is going to be Vala though. Like I said before, it doesn't necessarily mean we're not going to top lane. But my god, have the Alpacas drafted one hell of a front line for themselves. And then the scaling backliners behind it. Looks like our guest Samus is finally out of Storm League. as we get into game number 1. Like I said, I'm a little bit scared for side of Oasis. It's going to come down to how much magic can we get from the 2 dealers here, most likely. Alex and Dragoch. That is going to be a fun one to try and pronounce. In any case, game number 1. Dragonshire, left hand side, Oasis Gaming, Witcher playing Leorc, Alex playing Hanzo, Grono playing Brightwing, Ward Red will be the Murden, and Dragoch will be Zerazul. Right hand side, Tygo is Vala, Migo is Blaze, King Solomon is Anduin, Jar is Johanna, Alpaca Man is Zagara, and with me is Halcyon. How are you doing?
Hello, hello.
Did you win your Storm League?
Fresh out of a stomp in Storm League, guys. So, I know some of these players, by the way. The 0-2 guy, I can confirm that he's decent. I had him in my game, so we can expect some magic 0-2 gameplay for sure.
Well, we're starting off in the top lane with the Vala pushing the tower, getting about half of it. It's not bad for the level 1. Blaze is going to suffer though. What do you think of these team comps, just having a look at them?
I like the Zagara, Johanna, Blaze. Just simple front to back, very strong in the late game. I don't see how it can go wrong.
Well, we'll see how good of a miracle we can get from the Zeratul, as Sleeper Thief being used quite early there. Jump from Ward Red when Alpaca Mana was alone. Now it's a root on the Murden. Going to need to jump out himself as Alpaca Man has set up shop here in the bottom lane. We are seeing Dragoch helping with the sidelines to make it even more difficult for the Blaze, covering the middle, and it looks like they're going to start the Bruiser camp now outside of Oasis.
It will be so hard to get Zagara out of any lane with this comp. Oh, wait, invade maybe? No, they got it.
Bit unlucky there, the Johanna Convection pulling Murden away from the Anduin route, so able to jump out and survive. Camp's been matched on the bottom side, bottom control. Very much going over to the Alpacas though, as the Bruiser camp has finally been taken. Making good progress so far on this bottom wall here. One tower already gone, gate as well. Scout doesn't have much mana, but seems to be enough for now, as there's the root on the Murden. Cleanse and phase shift from Grono will keep him alive. On the top side is going to be your Drake and Witcher pushing in response, but they're still working on the gate. The push seems to be going in favour of Zagara. I think to no one's surprise really. Just very surprised. I thought it was going to live on the final bounce there, but it is going to be the kill on the Murden as well. And things are not looking good for Oasis at the moment. We're not even 3 minutes in, and the bottom fort is taken out. Migo only losing the wall as well, so everything just fine on the top side of the map.
Migo.
Alright, so what do you do now? You're playing Zagara, you've gotten your bottom fort. Do you push middle? Do you push top? Do you stay in bottom? What's the plan from here?
I think mid you set up the creep in the bushes, and then you have your support behind you, and you push.
Right now we're seeing the Murden gank on the Blaze, but that guy's a little bit too tanky to go down, as Alex is actually going to sneak away the Dragon. I'm not sure how that one managed to happen. Alpaca Man on the Bruiser camp, Tiger moving towards top lane, and they just sneak themselves the objective.
Wait, isn't Alpaca Man a streamer? I think I've seen him stream, right?
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't think this Dragon Knight can achieve much.
It's just a 1v1ing the Hydralisk at the moment. It's a bit awkward because the bottom lane is so heavily pushed that there's no way you're going into that lane, which means that they can follow the Dragon Knight around and not take any structure damage by doing so. Also, enemy is auto attack Vala, so I don't even think they want to work with DK up because they're just got to give the Vala some stacks. Well, I suppose they stopped the other team from getting the Dragon Knight at least, but that one did not really do a whole lot. What do you think of this with Blaze? I was casting this guy yesterday as well, and he likes to go for the oil dispersal level 4 instead of the incinerator gauntlets.
I think incinerator is very fake talent.
As right now, well, it's not fake, it's the pressure on the Zagara. Gonna follow with the Vorpal Blade versus Dreg, but needs to get the hell out of there, as it went a little bit too deep. Now here's the Blaze to come and assist, but charge is gonna be blocked by Witcher. Zeros are making the retreat, and the rest of the team jumping out as well. Not even in the late game, and the skirmishes are going quite well for the red team.
We see how if they don't one-shot with the blue team, like Zagara with some 0-2 or Muradin jump in, if the fight stabilizes into a front to back, I think Zagara will completely take over the game at level 16 if he goes for the percent damage.
And it's not even just Zagara, it's going to be the Val as well, enjoying the front to back team fighting. The pressure is not the greatest from right wing, but we are level 10 now. It's going to be Rival Nerazim. We're not seeing any void position shenanigans. The push has already begun on the mid lane zone. They take these towers so quickly, do Visagara and Avala. Might be seeing an Entomb play here from Witcher, but only Johanna for target at the moment. Is just going to use the Iron Skin. Here's the Dragon Strike. Shot a little bit too far though. Zhao is completely fine. Here's the Light Bomb on top. Gonna get the cleanse out from them. Now, here is Zeratul to try and have things. Actually getting the kill there onto Jar in the end. So, there's one kill for Oasis, but how much are we going to lose for it?
XP is looking fine, but the fourth advantage is for red team. In terms of important talents, I think level 20 obviously Silence and Tomb will be a big factor in the late game team fights. If we get there, of course. But I assume we will get there because like Zagara, Vala, they clear in 10 seconds the Dragon Knight.
Well, we do have another Dragon Knight, speaking of which, for Oasis, but the problem remains, if they walk this thing up, it's just going to be Vala stacks, and it's going to be Bile Drop stacks. Already a 6 by the way, which is pretty good for this stage of the game. As long as you get a finish by level 16, you're a happy Zagara. Now here's the play once again onto Jar. There's the Irons again, this time Dragon Strike connecting a little bit better, but King Solomon in the area. There is devouring more on Leoric. Ben needs to follow up, but should be okay, I imagine. Witcher just going to walk out of that one. Dragonite hitting middle in the meantime, but not doing the most damage.
Very far away from equalizing the fourth number, I would say. And Vava getting stacks on it also, which is not bad. As for Johanna surviving 1v3, I think it's expected for this hero. But I can appreciate the effort with the Entomb. It worked in the previous fight, right? So, whoa! What was that stun?
Interesting positioning there from the Vorpal Blade, as now your Drake going to double blink on out of there. It's been a while since I played Zeratul, as hang on actually, we're going to have an invade attempt here. Level 13 hit for both teams now. A Pacman just doing the Giants though, so it is a 4v5 up here. There's the Dragon Strike, pretty good for zoning him, and it will be Bruiser Camp invade.
Zoning. Excellent use of the ult, I think.
Now,
to
as I
get the
recall,
camp.
you're a bigger Zeratul player than me, but doesn't Vorpal Blade put you on the same side of the hero as you are facing? Or have I made
So
that one up?
the W talent on level 7 and the Vorpal, they work differently. One of them always puts you behind, and the other puts you where you are facing. So like with the Vorpal, I think if you are facing in the opposite direction, you end up behind them. Like if you're facing to your base, that makes you go behind the enemy hero. I
So you
know it's
end up
hard to...
looking in the same direction you were beforehand.
Yes.
And maybe
Yes.
that's why we had that teleporting into the Blaze stun, as now there is another stun on the Murd, and Avatar's gonna get used. No Blessed Shield yet though, so just cooldowns for not a whole lot in return. Third Dragon's up, and surely they won't be able to steal this one as well. Oasis Gaming.
Must always be a dragon knight, but will it be you?
14 versus 14, 15 soon. Camp advantage. It will be very hard to contest the bottom lane for blue team. They don't have a fourth, so I think they should be happy with holding 1 point and trying to get to level 16 first, so they can muscle up the bottom point.
We are seeing some pressure now onto the Blaze as the Pacas are going to move their way up. No level 16 just yet, but with Gruno in bottom lane, should be able to get it fairly soon. Most likely going to be the top 4's going down, but here's the defense, and it will be Alex just leaving for the time being.
They got the bottom point, but at what cost?
Witcher already used the escape. Now Gruno has a phase shifted in. Are they going to be able to get out of this one? This is over 16 now for Witcher. Stone there from the Blaze, but there's no damage on top of it. The Spoozer Camp is still pushing. Brightwing not clearing out before the phase shift went through. Now we see the Zeratul getting pretty good damage there onto King Solomon, but it's not a kill just yet. Level 16 here for our red team though, and that means percent damage coming in. Manticore and Corrosive Saliva. We're having a fight up here anyway though. Migo pretty low already. There's the pole. Following is the Zeratul Blessed Shield. Very nicely dodged away from there. That one going to be on cooldown.
Some pressure on the bot to keep from the camp that they took previously.
Hanzo,
16,
Alex.
Hanzo.
Taken out. Bottom point still being held, but top reclaimed, so no Dragonite for Oasis. And now that they have their talents, it's looking pretty good for the Alpacas. That Brightwing got absolutely destroyed.
I think we might not see a level 20 depending on who gets the Dragon Knight. This Zagara Vawa will be massive damage on the structures.
Entomb dodged away by the Volt. Death Dealer giving the resets. Maybe wasn't expecting a Volt backwards there with Witcher, but no one was really around as well, so I don't think it would have been a kill in any case. Now, Jar gonna get the first Dragonite for the Alpacas. Giant's been taken as well, but this Dragonite will probably do a bit more than the first ones. We do have Zeratul on the flank here. Has level 16 now, that Master Warblade damage coming in. They're also going to bush actually. Alpaca Man could be in trouble here. There's the jump, and Devouring Maw just eats them up, but not the Zeratul. Getting some more damage in. Light Bomb used in the bunker now, out of the Devouring Maw. And now everyone just needs to run. Ward Red's going to jump away. Drake recalling as well. That was the attempt on the backline, didn't really work out for them.
I think they needed a Haymaker in this game to try and make the fight more chaotic.
Keep already got Dragon Strike used as well. Ja making way towards the core. Tiger going to be okay despite the Storm Bolt, and it looks like just wait to play it patiently. Wait for the next objective, just moving towards middle at the moment. Roachlings will tank up the fort. Now, your Drake may be in trouble here. There's the Brightwing to assist, but the Zeratul Blessed Shield from Jar connects beautifully, as there will be Zeratul gone. Brightwing trying to get out, but you can't. Actually, you can get out with enough blink heals, I suppose. The fort, though, will not be so lucky, as Witcher needing to escape as well.
Very good Johanna play there. He was very patient with the Blessed Shield, he waited for the right moment and he sniped Zera Brightwing with the same cast. It was surprising that that Brightwing survived, to me as well. But still, a big advantage now. They will have the level 20 maybe on time to get the next objective for free. Which is a big deal this late in the game, I think.
We do see from Witcher is the auto attack build actually. We've got the Spectral Leech and the Mythal Base. Now against Johanna and the attack speed slow of the Blaze, I'm not sure how much you're going to get from this, but I don't know, would you go for the E build here when you just need to try and kill the backliners? Or do you think more damage is needed from the Leoric?
I think E build is usually the best one against these very high damage threats.
Well, they are certainly threats because there are 2 more kills just out of nowhere. Zeratul trying to get a bit cheeky, but does not have enough blinks to escape from the Blaze and the Johanna. And now with 2 kills and the level 20, he's actually devouring more. Gonna keep him alive for now. There's the Entombed Dragon Strike. Zagara getting the pullouts, but quite late. Enough health for now. There's Tygo taken quite low. Jump in there from the Murder, but no damage from him to get the kill. Ward Red taking out Jar. 42 health I saw there, but that is enough to survive and get healed up. And it's a triple kill for them, as now our front to back team fighting comp very decisively will make their way onto the core.
Well played. I think blue team needed just a bit extra somewhere, like in terms of disruption, CC, making some fights play out differently. And also, of course, when you are playing with a 0-2, you don't have any pressure on enemy frontline basically. Because you cannot be out in Johanna's face auto-attacking her, which means that both Johanna Blaze, they basically have a free game to... They just need to peel for their backline with the stuns, right? And then you have auto win, which is very easy playstyle to execute, I think. And also very strong, of course.
So we do, from the draft was Brightwing as the first pick, and then Hanzo and Leoric.
Well, they had the Hanzo Leoric idea with Entomb and Dragon Strike. I don't think it's a bad one. For example, if it was Anduin and 0-2, I would have said that they maybe had the edge even in the draft. Because Anduin Zera, like you can just one-shot the Zagara Vala with a decent play, right? But when you have a Brightwing, it's just a purely defensive hero, which I don't think it really brings enough, even on the defensive side of things.
And yeah, I mean, they took Murder and Zeratul to try and get some dive later into the draft, but it wasn't quite enough for them. So it is going to be map number 1 for the Pacas. First pick has been chosen by Oasis, so we're currently waiting on the second map pick to come out.
And there's one more thing I want to mention fast, that you have Leoric and Brightwing, which is not really like you're not really going to dominate the top lane with this. You need a bit more, like let's say Sonya, right? Something that can completely destroy, and then you add the Brightwing on top of that, and it means that the enemy has to devote a lot of attention to that lane. And when you have Leoric, you're not really going to do anything with the Brightwing, right? You're not going to one-shot the enemy offlaner, especially when it's a Blades, obviously. So I think they needed some hero like Sonya, Samuro, or something like that on the top lane. If you're going to play this strategy, it is important that when you have the Brightwing, you can be uh, uh, killing the enemy offlaner. So usually, I would say you have to invest also some bans into banning uh, something like the Blaze that cannot really die to ganks.
Yeah, we did see, I mean, the log in the 1v1 does quite well against Blaze, but you're not really playing to win the game through top with such a pick. Quite hard to, as you say, kill the Blaze, and then difficult to play on the bottom side of the map as well. As we are still waiting for the second map to be decided, as I'm going to throw over to a quick break then in the meantime. See you guys soon. Okay, everyone, we are ready with map number 2. Your Pacas, after winning game 1, will be bringing us to Volskaya Foundry. And if there was ever a map to play for front-to-back level 20 teamfight comps, I suppose this would be the one. Wondering what difference we can see in the draft this time. We did have Mephisto ban game number 1 by your Pacas. I assume that one's going to stay. My question is, what happens with the core heroes to make up this front-to-back teamfighting style? We had Johanna, Blaze, Vala, and Zagara, and Anduin actually. It's almost Exodia as far as pure teamfight sort of compositions go. Looking to see a little bit of a change-up. Gaush will remain the first ban though for Oasis Gaming.
Very interesting map choice, I would say. Most people don't enjoy this map, I think. Maybe they have a strategy prepared.
Well, we've already seen the strategy in game number 1, I think. They just want to get to level 20 and play these front-to-back teamfight style drafts, and unless something gets changed in the bans, we do have Johanna ban now from Oasis, but can still go for the same sort of style again. Zagara available, Val available. I'm expecting this to remain Mephisto ban, and it will be. So let's see what the first pick is for the side of Oasis. Now, if you know your enemy team wants to play level 20 team fights, what do you do against it? Do you try and match for scaling, or do you try and split push?
Definitely match the scaling, I think. There are so many heroes that can control the fight, like Falstad, for example. I think he can beat like basically any other team fight, because you decide when the fight happens, right? If you don't want to fight, you just get away. So I think some of the late game heroes are obviously much better than the other. Well, we see Anduin Blaze. I think they will be looking for the same type of draft, right? Front to back, very safe, very hard to like run into them front to back, and hope that you end up winning somehow.
Now, these are 2 picks away from Devala on Oasis size, but it means that we haven't picked any damage yet for Pacas on Drugs. Val already taken, and Zagara, I'm hoping, is going to get banned here on 3. Now here's the variant, as well as it's another Brightwing pick actually for them.
I don't like this at all, these 2 picks together, and even like so off. Because I think with Varian you need, for sure, you need a CC support to follow up on the town. And then a Brightwing healing Vala, I don't think allows her enough safety to play aggressive like she wants to.
What do you think about if it was Varian with a different support, or is the Varian pick just a problem on its own? Because you do have a level 20 banner, and that thing is quite nice with the healing amplification, of course.
Yeah, I think Varian with, let's say, Stukov or Furion, these are some good combinations. You like that. You have a very easy style. You taunt, then you follow up, and you try to kill, then you reset, then you wait for next set of CDs.
We do have now a Nubrak, and Kael'thas will be the lock-in for Pac-Man. Very simple player in my experience. Pick Zagara where possible. If that's gone, then try and pick Kael'thas, and if that's gone, try and pick Zul'jin.
Surprising that we are not getting an Azivo or Zujin. Oh, this one.
You
Okay.
ask for the Zebo and receive it you will. It looks like a lot of scaling now for Oasis this time around. It's going to be Chen. I'm guessing this will be Keg for knocking around the Anduin and the Kael'thas. Sven coming in with the raid. Welcome everyone. We have Division 2 of Heroes Lounge here, so we'll see if any of these guys are going to be replacing Glaven. Banshee Cup number 3. Savannah's going to be the last pick for Tygo. What do you think of this? It looks to me the scaling has changed to the other team this time.
Nazibo. Now the challenge remains, right? You have to allow him to double token to get some stacks. From some of the Nazibo endurers, I know that when you hit level 20, you need to have at least 300 stacks, or it was like not a good pick.
300 stacks, not even 175 you reckon?
Yes, I think most of the players that really play the hero say that 300 stacks is the minimum to, because you are weaker in the late game, right? So you need to basically guarantee a win at 20.
Well, let's see what they can do, as on the blue team is Oasis Gaming, currently trailing in the series. It's going to be Alex playing Nazeebo, Witcher will be playing Chen, Grono will be Brightwing, Ward Red is Varian, and Dragos will be Vivala this time around. Red team Pacas on Drugs, Migo is Blaze Jar playing Anubarak, King Solomon will be Anduin, Tago will be Sylvanas, and Alpaca Man is Kael'thas. We don't yet have a Nazeebo level 1. Which one do you prefer? Some people play all 3 of them, but everyone seems to swear by their own particular talent.
So Frox is quite hard, I think, to hit with unless the enemy is melee or they walk into the frogs, right? Spiders is the easiest to hit. Like if you hit a wall, you hit all the spiders on the person inside. Okay. He went for...
We do have the Toads, as Valva's going to be playing the Q build as well, not opting into auto attacking. Makes sense when you consider the enemy team is trying to play the quick fights. He might not have time to stack the hatred up. Now it's 1 minute. No one's currently on the turret camps. Alex playing aggressively over the Zebo. 0 stacks, unfortunately.
Okay. You are a Vala enjoyer, right?
Yes, yes.
Does Q bounce on a noob beetles or not?
Yeah,
Because
you
if
can
it bounces,
body block with the beetles to prevent the hits and prevent the stacks, which is
okay.
a little bit concerning.
I would have preferred a W Vala if not auto then. I mean, auto is always the best in my mind, but I think Q is the weakest. Especially when you can be denied stacks.
Alex having a good old time with the rave party in the zombie wall, which is up here as well to get some disruption, but Migo's free just to clear the wave now. Yeah, normally against the Nubek, if possible, it is... Actually, hang on, King Solomon taking some damage. Bowen from Jar, need to walk it out. What you often do against the Nubek, you can go for the Death Dealer, and if you get the Vault and then hit a Beetle, you're one-shotter, and when you get your E reset, it's nice mobility for dodging away from all the stuns the enemy team can have, but if you get Cocoon Zeus or your Hatred, it's a bit useless. It's not a bad game to be W this time, to be honest. I agree with what you say. If you just want to be safe, you have the Zebo scaling up with you as well. Now we're having Sentinel being taken by the Alpacas. Jar going to Needing to get a friend actually, King Solomon grabbing the biotic emitter. As the Assault Troopers taken by the side of Oasis. Everything fairly chill for the time being. Nazebo currently at 53 stacks, which 3 minutes into the game we might be on track for your 300 we talked about.
We are not that good at math, so let's wait and hope that he gets to 20. I just want to mention something while we have some downtime, which is very rare in HOTS, I think, compared to other games, but still.
I mean, we're playing
like,
Sky, the whole game is downtime, right?
We saw when Nazebo got gank, one of the coolest mechanics, I think, is where you can imprison yourself with the zombie wall. Like, I think this is so good defensively that it's completely impossible for some heroes to kill Nazebo because of that.
Well, we do have a living bomb spreading onto the bottom. I'm not sure how that one happened. It is Sunking Fury, not a talent you often see above gold, to be honest, but if we spread those living bombs, which we are doing it with the structures at the moment, maybe this guy knows what he's doing here. Apparently, even in Div2, we are spreading the living bombs. Protector gonna be taken by Oasis. Currently, just gonna be the variant piloting that one around. We'll see how much structure damage he can do without a gunner. Probably not a lot, as Alex is the target. There's a zombie wall, 2 people inside it. Alex isn't that close to his teammates though, going to drop that one and make the escape. Gunu not gonna get hit by the impale there, but the rundown from Tygo. Shadow Dagger used, turret drops to secure the kill. Level 1 overwhelming perfection, 15% so coming in clutch there. As Alex may be in trouble, zombie wall on the surveillance is not enough to stay alive, and now they will move on to the top fort for the Pacas.
Sylvana's very strong at this, of course. I think you are more likely to get more value than Protector when you just manually push with Sylvanas while enemy has Protector, right?
It's level 10s for the Alpacas. The fort might barely survive, but there's no chance of him getting kills here. Nazebo slowing down a bit on the stacks there with the death. Still though, 75 at level 9. Probably not too far off for 175, but the 300 in a little bit of trouble. Which you're just going to stagger out of those stunts and be alright for now. Still though, level 10 advantage for such a long time. It's going to be the fortification camp stolen away. Maybe you can just drop the towers and push on the spawn lane forward. They've already gotten the gate, but no. Going to smell out a play onto the sentinel camp and prevent any sort of counter punch by the side of Oasis. All the camps going over to the Alpacas at the moment.
Sylvanas has the mercenary. Ah, no, she doesn't have the mercenary upgrade. My bad. Has the explosive arrows to explode minions together with KT.
We do a fight down here on the point. There's the polymorph onto the Anduin. Keg already used by Witcher, now trying to fight on the point. Bargamir dropped. There's the light bomb on top of the chain. Gets the stagger off. The Brightwing still in prison. Witcher's gonna be taken out. They're trying to do something in the meantime, but not able to pull it off. Alex just pushing top lane. Drops the Gargantuan. This looks a lot like solo queue actually. As now here comes the Gag Squad. Nazebo all on his lonesome. Doesn't stand a chance.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
And well, that didn't go so well for the side of Oasis. Currently down level next objective starting soon. Let me going to charge on out of there, and we are praying for scaling, I think, at this point if you are the blue team, because the Pacas have done a nice job of getting the early game pressure, getting some forts down with the Sylvanas.
What do you think? Will they be able to reach level 20 the way the game is going?
Another living bomb going to be spreading there as Wish going to drop for Keg. Level 20? It's definitely possible. It's Volskaya, one of the easiest maps to survive on because of how useless the objective was at the end of the game.
Take control of it.
One fort down by level 13, it's not too bad, but they might, I mean, up to level and a half lead actually. We might just see, with a level 20 advantage, able to win a team fight, get some kills, and then end the game. They're getting the bottom forts for free at the moment as well. Alex really trying to get these stacks, but giving up structures to do it. So we might reach level 20 long after the guy is done stacking. And well, this rate, if we get the protector and then use it to get the mid fort and then third objective, might just end the game. We'll see how long Team Nazebo can hold on for.
I think this draft from blue team just again relies a bit too much on good execution and mechanics. Everything has to go right to get a kill, and just not my preferred playstyle.
Vala going to be hit there by the bow charge. There's the light bomb, but not quite connecting. Pyroblast drops on top of Draco. Just going to tank that one with a bit of spell. I'm a cocoon on the brightening as well. Spell's not really connecting though from the red team in this tight. Now Migo going into four of them. Going to need to drop the bunker. Pull used as well. It's a bit unfortunate for them. There's Kelfast dropping some damage. Shadow Dagger as well. Spake from Sylvanas. Witcher needing to make a run on out of there. Use the stagger, but can't stagger that much. Is taken out. Is the Chen. Now Varian, next target, Ward Red taken out. Tygo will survive. 2 kills going for the Pacas, who are once again winning these fights.
Seems like if they don't get the one shot again with the variant taunt and everything used on Blaze, they even overlapped with the bunker and the pool right at the same time, and it didn't matter. Blaze survived, and then the turnaround from Sylvanas and KT, just delivering damage the whole time.
I mean, I don't want to pull on them too hard, but when it comes to heroes to burst people with variant taunt, Tone Nazebo is not the one that comes to mind. Now it is going to be Assault Troopers stolen away, getting some damage on the topple here. It's now a full 2-level lead for the Alpacas. It's got to be about 2.5 after the Sentinel camp is taken. Very much with the XP lead at the moment. It's not even interested in taking the objective. That thing's useless. Let's just get all the camps and get the XP and maybe kill a few guys in the meantime.
Kill a few guys. Let's see if they can.
More living bomb towns coming out here from Alpaca. It is the explosion radius fission bomb to try and get those spreads that we need for our level 7, and then the ignite to apply it from a little bit of a distance.
I think the question with this build is always, do you pick infinite bomb on 20 or the range on Q? I think from Alpaca Man we might see the infinite bomb.
I would like to disagree with you, but I'm not sure if I can. When you see Sun King Fury, anything becomes possible. But the full map control is absolutely in their favour. Now, Brightwing going to need to block it on out of there. Pushing in the top lane, they're pushing, threatening to push middle as well. Which are not going to find the keg play there as the tornado comes in. And it's mostly just a game of trying to follow the Alpacas around as they choose which lane to push. Doesn't look like there's any sort of proactivity from Oasis. Now, they do need time to scale, as now here's actually the keg play. Gonna get pulled by Solomon. 1 down, 1 to go on those things. Now, Ravda Spirit not available. Members Gargantian. Varian going into the Cocoon. Blaze gonna be put in the zombie wall. Uses the bunker to buy some time. Gary the Gargantian hitting some assault troopers. And it's gonna be the wall. And nothing really happening.
So many defensive CDs and layers for the red team. It's like WoW Arena. So many cooldowns to save your teammate here. The Anduin double pull Bunker, Cocoon, Sylvanas Silence.
You know, so the only time I've ever seen a WoW Arena was BlizzCon 2018. It was one of the setups they had there for all the people to play against each other, and even with just having said that, I know what you mean. That game, it feels like you're just fighting against the mana bar because you can't really kill people. There's so much healing, but maybe they can kill people here. So the Light Bomb play is onto the variant. Protected's going to be used. Pacas knocked away from the team. Mana Barrier going to be used, and there's the pull from the Coleman to get him out of there. Now they're looking for the Anubek, but the Blaze Stun is even better. Variant down, Living Bomb onto Alex as well. Ice Block going to be used. Chen lining for the moment. 55 spell armor. The only reason he's still alive, and we'll see how long that can last, is there's another stun from the Blaze Amigo, setting things up very nicely. Alex will be taken down. Zevon pops in the bunker to start hitting this mid keep.
They run out of space. 5-man. No, we didn't see the 5-man bunker. I think just we get excited when we see the chain kick, and then you see the guy get unstoppable by Anduin, and then the fight feels like it's over.
Yeah. I suppose they have to somehow knock the guy so far away that Anduin isn't able to pull, but the keg not quite that reliable, it looks like, as every time we're seeing King Solomon able to save a target. Now level 20, it's a 3-level lead for the red team. It's a silly amount of experience, and it's going to be a little bit more as they're going on to the Chen. There's the rewind used by Jabba. Actually, Chen surviving pretty well for the time being. The Dreg maybe is the target now, going to go into the strafe, Brightwing there to give it a little bit of healing. Tygo getting quite low actually, there's Chen going in with the kick, but the healing is there from the Anduin. The Light Bomb is used, but not necessary as they've already got the kill. Now it's going to be a play on the Nubek, but there's another pull from the Anduin. There's both down now, so they have a small window if they're to do anything. Without the Chen, it's going to be quite difficult. Cocoon on Nazebo. Ice Block is available. Not gonna get off before the stun though, and everyone is just dying. 3 more kills for the Alpacas. Bottom keep gone. Game probably going to be gone in just a moment as well.
So sad that we don't get to see a third game between these teams. I really enjoyed the ideas they showed, but I think Nazimo just... we didn't get to see the hero play. Didn't reach the 25-man bunker? Yes, we saw that.
Everyone getting in there. Nice friendly talk between the teams as in good spirits despite the loss. It looks like Oasis. Team Alpacas 2-0 lead. They've played both sides of it now. They've played the scaling and they've played the early game. Is it fair to say they're just a better team overall?
0-12, I think it is fair to say that when the scoreline is like this. And in the other game, it was not very different. Alpaca man, Zagara killed us. What can you do? You have to counter somehow, right?
What if you knew the enemy was going to pick Scar no matter what? How would you play the game?
Well, I would choose like Alterac or Sky Temple, where the map is big, so Zagara can't really... you cannot be side laning on these maps, right? Because if you have a 0-2 or a Genji, like in the first game, Zagara will be always dead to 0-2 and a Blightwing flying in on him. So it will make the game a much harder. Usually the counter to these heroes, right, that are immobile is you go to a big map with a lot of space for you to chase them or to force a fight where they don't have the forts for safety, and you go for the Team Freak strategy, Bloodlust. You run in, you use every CD on their head, and you try to kill them. And the other thing is also you can Try to ban Anduin so that they don't get saved every time when something goes wrong.
Yeah,
Which
felt a bit easy for. It felt pretty easy with the Anduin for no matter what happens, you've got that get out of jail free card. Now we do have our Pacman in the chat, very pleased with the Living Bomb build. I mean, you can be happy with 2-0, but I'm not sure. Well, actually, no, I can't really say that. There were definitely spread living bombs that came in during that game, so I suppose the winner writes the history book and all that.
I think against the Nazebo wall and everything, like you can spread this in some sneaky ways, like with the zombies, or I think it's a fine idea to go. I mean, obviously it's much stronger on some maps like shrines or tomb, where you can spread it from objectives or the minions on the shrine and so on. Much easier. And also, if enemy has 3 melees, it also makes it, I think, very strong. And he also went with the explosion radius, which I think is the rare talent. I think everyone goes for the cooldown reduction.
Not everyone, apparently. We've found the one guy that likes a Pekka.
And I didn't predict the level 20 choice. I thought it could be the other living bomb, just to make sure we picked all of those talents.
In any case, that will do it for us for series number 1. Congratulations are in order for the Pacas on Jugs, moving themselves up to 5 and 3 currently, so very much if they have a good streak to end the season, can make it into the playoffs.